Just lost sound. Keep going. I just lost all my sound.
That was my bad. Somehow it muted me again. So can you hear me again?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, and I think we are now going to, it should be streaming now over to everywhere else. So everybody, welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Good
Once
morning,
again,
world.
some more of this wonderful Facebook supporting us with all the little intricacies of Tech Challenge.
They're
So
our
thanks for
friend.
showing up, everyone, to our stream today. If you've been craving more abundance, more health, more enriching relationships, and even more money without compromising your values, your beliefs, and your connection with your true authentic self, then you need to stop whatever you're doing and join us on this live stream. Because in the next hour, your participation could take you down a path of more flow, more grace, and more abundance. But your absence, I'm not sure where that's going to take you. Right? So the choice is ultimately yours, as it always is. You can choose to stumble and struggle along the spiritual journey you're on, or you can spend a little time with us and experience what it's like to finally understand and experience what mystics, spiritual teachers, and visionaries have been teaching for thousands and thousands of years. Abundance is your natural and God-given default state. But there is a massive difference between being aware of it and actually owning and experiencing your hefty portion that's been set aside for you. Welcome to episode 81 of Hacking the Infinity Matrix, Reestablishing the Spirituality in Abundance. I'm Gary. It's my buddy Ross. Welcome to this week's live stream where we unravel the codes within the Infinity Matrix and deliver real-world, easy to implement, and practical reality hacks to help you become unstoppable in the experience of reality you desire. If this sounds like the kind of content you would like to add that would add value to your life, then make sure you tune in every Thursday, 9 a.m. PST, Pacific time, and join us. Now, since you are here and you've had a little bit of time to hear about what we're about, go ahead. We'd love to know where you are listening in from. So go ahead and add in the chat, in the comments, tell us where in the city or country you are tuning in from. What city, what country? Let us know.
There we
Okay,
go.
and
Good morning, world. So just keep on telling us where you're from, and we'll pop into those when they start to stream. So in this live stream, we'll be covering the mastery of abundance, the flow of money, and the esoteric concepts that allow the universe to get you the abundance that you want in your life. I'll qualify that statement as not necessary to become a millionaire, but you certainly can. Or to become very, very wealthy, but it's very, very possible. Or to have enough money and abundance to go through this physical plane to buy or attract the experiences that you need or want for yourselves and or your loved ones. But it can be done. And to feel a sense of it all just flowing to you naturally as an outpouring from the love and the creativity that you put out, rather than this whole concept of working hard and struggling and forcing the whole thing to hopefully come to you. That is, unless you prefer these learned belief systems. After all, you don't think and grow rich, but rather you feel and grow rich.
And hey, I know I could speak for myself that I've definitely had times in my life when I heard all that stuff, and the evidence in my life was the opposite. All right. So to be real with you all, I've had many a nights in my past where I would curse the universe and felt a strong part of me internally yelling, what a load of crap these teachers and gurus are spreading. Okay, some of you maybe, you've been there, right? I mean, I read the books, I done the seminars, I had bought and listened to Tony Robbins' Personal Power 30-day program, right? I meditated, I drowned myself in affirmations. Heck, I even walked on fire multiple times, and I still got the nervous feeling in the pit of my stomach going to the ATM, to the ATM machines to pull out money for food, for gas, and sometimes even rent. So where the hell was all the abundance, all this abundance that these people are touting? And I felt it was easy for them to say those things because they had the easy life, right? And I must have got in the wrong freaking line when it was time to choose the train. But you know what? There was something inside of me that knew better. Something that kept me on the quest to figure out what was the difference between knowing this crap and actually living and experiencing it. And some of those fundamental pieces to the puzzle are what we're sharing with you today. Some we've shared on other streams. We're going to share some of them today. So give me a hashtag real life struggles if you've had some in your life. All right. If you've had some real life struggles where you've questioned these things, where you've questioned these spiritual teachers and lessons and things that you've acquired over the years, right? Or that you see and observe. And, if you've had some of what you've called hard times of scarcity in your life, hashtag real life struggles. Okay. Our hope is that in this and all our content, you can find ways out of those struggles or shortcuts to your slice of abundance in this reality, whatever that looks like for you, right? In fact, we are certain that in today's stream, we are going to share some gold nuggets that are treasured by the world's top achievers and successful people. And now you can reap the full benefits from them too. Does that sound like something worth sticking around? Well, go ahead and let us know in the comments. Type some fives in the chat. Give us some hearts. Give us some thumbs. Give us some action interactivity in the comments to let us know that's what you're here for.
Exactly. And it looks like our reach is spreading out. We've got some Tucson, Arizona. Welcome in. Northern New York, Aaron from there. So our reach is, Austria. Wow, Doris, there you go. Fantastic. It's great to see you. So today we zero in on the fallacies and the misinformation that has often stood in the way of attaining your true potential. The current misconceived ideas of how designing the architecture for your life really is a simple and sustainable idea, but ideas that require a firm grasp on a process that nevertheless requires guidelines and discipline and the proper use of the formula that we introduced back in, I think it was episode 23. I'm reminded of a saying one of my mentors used to always say is like, would you rather be right or would you rather be rich? You'd be surprised on how many prefer to be right and how the ego steps in and intensifies its stance for the sake of well, I'm not really sure why, but it does. It's just there. It's like a giant wall in front of you. And this is when you realize how much more control over your life those preconceived belief systems have. Beliefs handed down from generation to generation, and they're created by people who will mostly benefit from your compliance. But can't I have both? Can't I be rich and right? Well, in a sense, yes. Yes, if you remain open to new ideas, new methods, and make your right a better right. And this is when you're needing to start mastering your inner blueprint for abundance. Yours, not mine, not Gary's, not your mom's, not your dad's, not Elon, or even Elon Musk's. yours, your blueprint, which we cover in next week's Master Lab for as perfect example. So enter hashtag Master Lab in the comments, and one of us will reach out with a private message in Facebook Messenger with details. So the idea is that at the core of each of us, there is a vibrational primal resonance, a natural greater sense of abundance for life, composed of unconditional love of all that exists. For existence itself is the vibration of unconditional love and support and abundance. As we've said quite often, you will find that in some ways, paradoxically speaking, the very proof that you are unconditionally loved is that you're actually free to believe that you're not. That's how unconditionally you are really, really loved. That the universe, the one, the infinity matrix will even love you so much that will allow you to choose to believe that you are not loved if you want to. That is the proof of how unconditional love of creation is, because it allows you anything, any reality, any self-denial, any self-destruction and self-devaluation, because it knows that you are worthy of any experience that you can imagine. And anything that you decide and you choose is the experience that you need to go through. It will support you in that experience, no matter what it is. Even if it involves the idea that you lack support or you lack love, you are supported in believing in lack of abundance, which oddly, most people do this. They believe this. They believe that they're not worthy. And when you accept the fact that you are joy and passion, that you are ecstasy, the vibration of ecstasy, and as your ecstasy builds and as your ecstasy grows, that white hot center grows and grows. The creator of your reality, your vibration levels out and becomes malleable and plastic, kind of like a sculptor's clay, allowing you to redirect and mold its unique energy, your energy, into constructive, creative realities designed only by you for your preferred level of abundance. It's here in this place, as we've stated so often, you must just be. Learn and use all the tools of our formula. And I'll remind you, reality equals thought, beliefs, action squared over detachment. For more details on that, go back to episode 23. But when you do this, it will intensify and maintain your vibration while you define your life's intention and purpose and level of abundance that you desire. It becomes whatever you wish. You can apply it for whatever purpose, for whatever desire or excitement. Use that formula. On any level, use it. Know, see, feel, do, give, and above all, be. Be as everything is. Use this. You need to learn how to continue to expand and expand into infinity more and more. Learn to let the energy carry your idea of abundance out. Learn how the energy radiates out into the ethers. Who you are, what you desire, and what you know you are. And if need be, let that expansion burst, explode, letting it go, letting it collapse to a point, and then rest. This is the natural ebb and flow of abundance. and of nature. Fall back, expand further, fall back, expand even further. So in last week's Down the Rabbit Hole, we'll talk about that in a little bit. We discussed the nature, or we discussed nature as our teacher. So for example, let's think of the ebb and flow of a tree. Okay. In the spring and the summer, it flowers and blooms, leaves open and branches develop and expand. It flows. While in the fall, it loses its leaves and it falls back. Okay. But it doesn't just stop. This is when the roots expand and grow, preparing for the next flow of expansion to greater heights. We are all part of nature. But here's the rub. Now, this is weird. In most cases, when we fall back, we don't see this as the natural progression. Therefore, our thoughts fall back even further as we wallow in our despair and our self-pity. My ego is bruised. Woe is me. I failed. I can't do this. I don't deserve to be abundant, etc., etc., etc. Listen, we know that many people experience feelings of fear, anxiety, or deeply seated negativity when they think of money or abundance, which is mostly around the lack of it. And now it's time to recode what money in abundance means to you. And finally be in complete harmony with them, dissolving any of the common fears that you've been conditioned with. And yes, I mean conditioned, taught, influenced into having around earning, spending, and creating its natural flow. And yes, we do have step-by-step processes on what what you need to do to align yourself with these natural state of free flowing abundance. So enter Master Lab, hashtag Master Lab down below, and we'll send you some more information. But now, more than ever, now it's time to plant your tree of abundance. We've created the fertile soil. We've shown you how to water it. Now all that remains is the right type of seed. And think of this seed as a thought, slowly evaporating into the ether of infinity. It becomes the birth of an idea. It's the seed of a new potential that knows that in its heart of hearts, and its highest wish has been sent into the universe. Like a feather in the wind, let it go. Let it work and germinate and allow the framework of the infinity matrix to answer back. And as you dissolve back into this formlessness, you feel the gentle waves of the answer, the echoing of the universe. As you have sent out, what you've sent out comes back to you. Sometimes all at once, while other times, pay attention, while other times, it's like subtle ripples in the pond, giving you what you need in the amounts that you are ready for. That's how it works. So breathe in with the assurance that you are in a new being, a new you, within a new reality. The universe has answered your wants. It has received your vibration, acknowledges this vibration is yours. These tools are yours. It is an innate gift born unto you. Change your reality. Change your world. Change yourself. Be you. That you be the you that you deserve to be because you say so. And when in doubt, remember, the universe always says yes. It always says yes to you. Nothing is held back. Nothing is denied. The path may not be as you expected, but the destination is what you asked for. So now you need to be the destination. You want to be who you really are, your true self. Enough with the Facebook facades and the Twitter and the TikTok and all that stuff. The universe always knows, and the universe always says yes. So thank yourself for expanding this reality. Because when consciousness of abundance is created, you break through conditioned barriers which have restricted your self-worth and what you've been capable of earning. Imagine how that would feel once you're free. Think of how you can create a lifestyle where you live on your terms, living your true, authentic self, living life without compromise. Think about it. You can become aware of a self-reflectivity through mind and intelligence. You key into all the electromagnetic phenomena. You vibrate in accord with a resonant harmony with all dimensions of vibrational phenomena. Think about it. You need to know and understand that abundance is in connection with all matter, all minerals, vegetables, animals, all consciousness within the physical plane vibrates in accordance with you. And when you speak your truth, and when you breathe your truth, you rise again and rise into that deep vibrancy of your third eye with its awareness of the doorways of dimensionality and changes as the vibration goes deeper within you, ever deeper, opening more doorways of self-realization, thus bringing to the surface of awareness of all the abundance robbing habits so you can trade them for abundance attracting habits that keep the flow steady and consistent. Once and for all, you'll be undoing the conditioned programming of poverty and lack in your life. And once this is done, an innate knowledge of who you really are and want to be rises to the surface. And when those dimensions and doorways are open, that third eye allows you to perceive that you have a sixth sense beyond the five: touch, hearing, sight, taste, smell, a sixth sense of orientation, of direction, magnetically aligned behind your eyes, outward like a compass, through all dimensions, through all thresholds. Then you will know what you know of what you know. This is you, are the vibration of knowledge and information. You are all the lifetimes, the future, the past, allowing you to know yourself as a linear time frame being, knowing your connection to all time, all places, all dimensions, along with all the planes of physical fourth dimensional reality. All futures and all paths within time are you. You can be the vibration of the total seed of your physical reality. If you are generally vibrating positive, then positive is reflected. Then through energetic shifts, you can learn to 10 times your speed to true and lasting abundance in any area of your life, programming into your reality matrix the habits, the beliefs, and the attitudes of truly happy and abundant people. Doesn't this sound better and just more lush than focusing only on just money? From here, you taste of life, you drink of life, and you explode with the sensations large and small, subtle and strong. Life is rich, beyond imagination, beyond compare to anything you've experienced. The vibration of the heart overcomes you with joy. Overwhelmed, you must find an outlet for this energy. And so you raise your vibration yet again to such an intensity that you are vibrating the entirety of your being. It's like it's humming. It hums with a high pitch, a high frequency, as if you now are ready to start developing yourself. And we define self as a spiritually evolving life force. It's amazing. So remembering this always, abundance is when everything is rigged in your favor. And this subject gets a lot of comments and questions, and perhaps we'll delve further into it on this Saturday's Down the Rabbit Hole show. It's every Saturday, 8 a.m. Pacific time. It's an open discussion format, and it's really popular. It's been building every week. It's a free Zoom call, and all of you need to do is register at hackingtheinfinitymatrix.com/rabbit hole. It's on screen down below. To get the Zoom link, we'll send it to your email. And then you can come and see what all the fuss is about. You can get some more questions answered.
Yeah, and here's the cosmic joke that so many people miss. Okay, remember that Ross said is abundance is when everything is rigged in your favor. Well, guess what? In this infinity matrix, it's always rigged in your favor. So that means there's always abundance. That's the only state. And you want to know why? Because, as he said, you are a spiritually evolving life force. If you truly believe that, and this is not just some nice invisible bumper sticker that you slap on your spiritual vehicle for show, then go ahead and drop a hashtag spiritually evolving in the chat. Okay? Because I'm assuming that this isn't the first time you've come across this type of information. Even if it's the first time getting it in the way that we present it. And if this is your very first time, your very first introduction ever to anything that stretches and challenges your paradigms around money, abundance, and spirituality, then hooray, way to jump in with both feet.
Do it.
That's right. Now buckle up, hold on tight, and enjoy the ride. Okay. Either way, the fact is that now you have some new or reinforced awareness around abundance and spirituality. So the question for many of you may be, well, why am I not having the abundance I want in my life yet? Okay. In fact, someone, let me go to the comments here. So, where was it? Okay. So I get it fully, but how do you ease or tone your resistance that comes from beliefs and past experiences? Well, we talked a little bit about that in the last week's stream about belief systems and stuff like that. Well, I'll give you a little bit more today, as well as Ross has today to add on to that. And definitely in the Master Lab, we're going to really dive into those things and explore those and give you solutions and step-by-step stuff there as well. And then Jackie asked if it will be recorded. Yes, it will be recorded, but it will be recorded. The replay will be available in one of our private groups. So if you're not part of that, keep watching the bottom of the screen. We'll throw that link up as well. And Ian says, I have no interest in money. Haven't had electricity for 10 years. Wow, off the grid. Mm-hmm. I'm working with scientists on a process to overcome the opioid epidemic. Wow, good for you, buddy. Yeah, awesome. It's all I care about. Success is inevitable, but I'm here to accelerate. Nice. Well, that leads into what I'm going to talk about here in my little segment here. That's awesome. Good to hear. Diane says, attitude, beliefs, abundance, just through the work of shifting. The work is daily. Absolutely. And connected positive to universe in my favor. Shape shifting. Nice.
Good.
Awesome. So we got some great comments on there. And again, a lot of you are already falling into alignment with where we're taking some of this stuff. So why are you not living, not why is it some of you are not yet living in abundance, right? For me, it was a hard pill to swallow when I was younger. And for me, I had to face the fact that I had programmed myself for just getting by in life. Okay. All the belief systems I had, the internal dialogue, the things that I had done, I would say much of it was because of my upbringing, the messages I got, the belief systems I established, which again, we talked about in last week's episode, the behaviors that I had, the environment I was surrounded by, and a whole list of things I could blame it on to justify why I wasn't living my abundant life yet. And the biggest shift occurred for me when I faced the truth of who I am, and I accepted that I create my reality and no one else. It's not up to anyone else. It's up to me. Okay. And I've always had choice to accept, reject, or transform the things I've heard, the things I've seen, and even the meaning I gave to the things I experienced. I realized that at a very deep level of knowing, something I had heard hundreds of, if not thousands of times at that point in my life, and that is, if I wanted my life to change and achieve the level of success and abundance I wanted, I had to put ego aside and do the deep reflection work on myself while studying the top achievers in health, wealth, spirituality, abundance, to figure out the pieces that I was missing. Then I came to realize that it wasn't just me. that many, in fact, most people were not wired or programmed for success and abundance. In fact, the more I researched, the more I realized that people were great at putting up a nice facade of everything is great in my life. And this is even before Facebook and social media, right? But behind the surface, behind the scenes, and sometimes you didn't even need to go very deep, I quickly realized that they struggled on many levels too. Okay. Hashtag life struggles. If you know someone like that. Okay. Hashtag life struggles. Maybe even if you know that person intimately, you know what I mean? Okay. All right. In those times of cursing the gods in the universe, I was angry and confused at the fact that we were not given any kind of user manual or cosmic cheat sheet to make my life easier. And I realized that the manual, the cheat sheets, or what Ross and I stumbled upon 12 years ago, the code in the matrix is and always has been around. It's been in plain sight, but we just had to discover it. We had to decode it. We had to create a Rosetta Stone of sorts for declaring and invoking the reality we desire. And as we've told you many of you, that has evolved over the last 12 years into what we call the infinity process, right? Which is a key component to our accountability and integration program that we call the art of designing your reality. So if you're not given access to this blueprint for abundance, how is it that some people seem to coast through life with all the riches, wealth, and abundance one could ever ask for? Well, here's the shocking truth, okay? The truth is motivation, awareness, and knowledge alone is not enough for you to experience the abundance that's been set aside for you. In fact, before you go searching for more motivation, investing in another book or seminar to end up burning the midnight oil and grinding your way to success, there are 10 simple yet crucial spiritual laws that can determine if and how you can have all that you can handle. And in next week's Master Lab training, we go over these in depth and take you through 4 powerful step-by-step lab assignments that are designed to make a fast and powerful impact on your ability to get more abundance into your life. If you want to get more details about that training, and if you haven't already done so, go ahead and type #MasterLab into the chat, into the comments, and one of us will send you a private message in Messenger today and tomorrow with details about that training. Okay, so make sure you check your Facebook Messenger and your notifications for our message. So I used to think that all I needed was the motivation, and then things would turn around. Then that didn't work. So I thought, okay, what I need is more knowledge. And more knowledge on on the what's and the hows to have abundance. So I searched and I got that. But the problem was that having the desire, motivation, and momentary bursts of desperation to change were not enough. They weren't enough to give me the results that my spirit was telling me was waiting for me. I needed a system. I needed a strategy. I needed a support mechanism. I needed to be held accountable. I needed the things to help me to implement things that was easy enough, simple enough, and effective enough for me to implement with a level of consistency that created a lifestyle of growth and abundance. So, what's the secret to that became my quest? It was when I found this. It was really reality altering for me, and it was super clear to me that truly successful and abundant people got this too at some level. You ready for it? It's simple. It's not always easy. Okay, and someone had mentioned in the chat, lessons from Bashar. Well, it's easy it gets easy when you work at implementing what you learn and then learning from what you implement. That's the piece that needs to be here. It's not just the knowledge part. Okay, it's implementing what you learn and then learning from what you implement. And the secret to reestablishing the spirituality in abundance for you in your life is to make it your life mission to find things that you're passionate about. That's it. Find things that you're passionate about. Act on those things that excite you the most. You see, when something excites you, it ignites that passion in you, it's the God force, the universe, the all that is, or whatever you name the creative force that's responsible for your existence. It's that excitement and that passion that is the reality skeleton key that you've been given to unlock anything and everything in the internal matrix, the external matrix, and the spiritual infinity matrix that will bring you into alignment with your true, authentic self. And that the more you can fully align with that authentic true self, the more your reality will shift, alter, and adjust to expose the abundance that's always been there for you in plain sight. But you had blinders on, you had filters on. Okay, and as one of our teachers lays it out best in these 5 steps, first he says, act on your excitement. That means that whatever excites you most in the moment, and if there's more than one thing, pick the one that has the highest level of excitement that you can act on, and then act on that. Second, act on that excitement to the best of your ability, with your capacity, with your capabilities, with whatever the resources are, for as long as you are capable, until you can't do it any further, or something else more exciting enters your reality. Third, when acting on that excitement, act without any resistance, assumptions, or expectations of what that outcome should be from those actions. In other words, do it because it excites you, not because you think you'll get something out of it. Okay? Or anything other than just living in your passion and trusting that the universe, that all that is, the spiritually evolving life force that is you, will take care of you. Okay. And then fourth, no matter what the outcome of those actions are, remain in a positive state. And remember, circumstances don't matter. Your state of being matters. So choose a state of positivity in all circumstances. Be vigilant. Number 5 is be vigilant in investigating your beliefs and your definitions, so they are in alignment with your true, authentic self. We've talked about all of these things in previous streams. We'll tap on them again in the Master Lab, and then add a lot more components to it. But if you've ever been frustrated with the lack of abundance, or the abundance of lack, okay, that keeps showing up in your life,
Exactly.
your motivation or drive is running low, you don't have the energy and zest for life that you'd like, if you feel like you just can't get the traction you need to get out of any rut you found yourself in, there is a solution. And the solution is to reestablish the spirituality in abundance. And it's as easy as that. Act on your excitement for as long as you can with the resources you have. Release from any expectation or insistence on an outcome from it. And then stay positive regardless of the outcome, while being vigilant with your beliefs and your definitions, which we talk about all the time in our live streams. Okay. And again, in fact, the Master Lab training that we dive into, we'll dive into the 10 spiritual laws to having all you could ever want. The Master Lab is called Money, Abundance, and Spirituality. It's a 4-hour training program that is jam-packed with some powerful content to help you live your life in more of the abundance you prefer without compromising your values or your spiritual connection with Source, whatever that is for you. And again, if you want more info, and if you haven't already done it, type #MasterLab in the comments, and we'll send you a private message in Facebook Messenger today. So keep an eye on your notifications for that. And that's our stream for today. Let's take a look at if there's any additional comments. Love, joy, happiness, health, wealth, time are all aspects of it. 100%. Yes, that's right. Passion, excitement with fire within. Can someone write these 5 steps? Yeah, you can also get the replay. So let me throw the link up. If you want to grab the replay of this, you can catch the replay in our private group. Just go to facebook.com/groups/The Infinity Matrix, and you can grab the replays there. Do answer the 3 questions when you go there to get entered into as a member. If you don't, the system does boot you, and you may not get automatically accepted. So please do answer those and jump in. You also get an opportunity to jump on our VIP list as well, which gives you some added bonuses and benefits from membership. All right. So what else we got here, Ross? Anything? Persistence.
Nope, there's a link in the comments that takes everybody directly to the group. So You're welcome to click on that, and we'll see you over there. There's a lot of different content that we put in the Infinity Matrix group. It's much more focused, and then it also gives you the opportunity to join on into our 5-day challenge, which is coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's our stream for today, everyone. Thank you for sticking around. We sincerely hope that you found massive value in this and all our live stream sessions. Remember, you are invited to Saturday morning's live interactive session called Down the Rabbit Hole. It's let me put that one back up. And that one is hackingtheinfinitymatrix.com. It's rolling on the bottom there. /rabbit hole, and you can come and join us for some live interaction. Join us with questions, join us with rich, stimulating conversation. Wherever you want to go with conversation, there's no structure to it except for what you bring and what you want us to kind of cover and talk about. It's very stimulating, very awesome, great community people. 8 a.m. Pacific time. Just register at the link below, grab the Zoom link, it gets emailed to you. So if you don't get the email right away, do check your junk file or your spam folders, because sometimes they end up there, because if it's the first email with a link, sometimes your software will do that. And so till next time, everyone, remember, we dare you to
add one more thing, Gary, before we sign off. I want to add one more thing, is that so next week is the final chapter of this month's topic of abundance. So we're going to finalize everything that we've been doing for the last 3 weeks, kind of tie up a few loose ends. So make sure that you come in to get the full picture next Thursday at 9 a.m.
Awesome.
And
then we'll also talk a little bit more about the Master Lab there too, right, Ross?
Exactly. Yeah.
We'll also talk a little bit more about the details of Master Lab for those that want to jump on that as well. So till next time, everyone, remember, we dare you to be exceptional, and you can only do that by implementing what you learn and learning from what you implement. Be well, everyone.
Thank you so much.